Welcome to Truth Talkin Thursday. This is Jim. I'm Jane. And I've got a question. So here's my question. Do we deserve to be happy, or do we need to earn it? So Jim is having a problem with the word deserve. I believe that we all have the opportunity to choose to be happy. So as a way of description, I would describe it myself as saying, if I choose to focus on the positive, if I choose to seek the good in what is around me, I will find things that will make me happy, that will give me pleasure, that will create peace in my soul, and all of those lovely, wonderful things. And if I choose that, then I would say I deserve to be happy. But I'll qualify that with saying I also believe that it is a work. Life happens, let's face it, we all experience it. We all experience life as it happens and unfolds, and some of the things that happen and occur do not bring joy and happiness and peace. Sometimes they create a lot of stress and a lot of sadness and heartache.
But you deserve to be happy. What's wrong? What's up with that? How come I'm not happy? I deserve that.
I don't think we deserve it any more than we have to earn it. I think it's a work. I think there's an opportunity and a work, and then that makes us deserve it and earn it. How's that?
I would agree to this part.
All right.
I would agree to this, that that I should not depend on other people for my happiness. I would agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree with the idea that because I try to live my life as much as I can, as often as I can, doing interesting things in the community or whatever, I kind of live my life sort of on the straight and narrow, and therefore I deserve to be happy. I'm not sure that I agree with that to a point, but the word deserve to me means that I'm entitled to something. The word deserve to me means that other people somehow become responsible for my state of happiness or my state of being. And I don't agree with that. Because it takes away the right for us to choose between leading a life that's in service to communities and other people. Or I don't disagree with the idea that we can choose to live our lives in such a way that would help promote a sense of happiness within us. That makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
But how many people out there feel, just like what you had stated, how many people out there feel like they deserve to be happy?
I also think, though, that on the flip side of that coin, I think all of us can probably think of people that we have come across or have heard of or read about, that we would say, now they deserve happiness. What about Mother Teresa and all of the good that she's done?
Maybe she was happy doing what she was doing.
I think she probably was. Doesn't she deserve to feel that happiness? She's doing good things.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't deserve it because she was doing good things. For me, you do good things because it's the right thing to do. You don't.
But it's a choice. But it's a choice as well.
I don't do it because I feel that I deserve to be happy because of what I chose to do.
Correct.
Or do I do it because that makes me feel good?
Mm-hmm.
I would hope that we do it because it makes us feel good.
Oh, I agree with you.
Because otherwise, it's like a bribe, or it's like, well, I'll do this for you, but you got to do this for me. That's not earning anything. That's
where expectations have come into play again.
Yeah, we've talked about that several times.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I think what I'm thinking of is, my parents always used to say, we lead by example.
Mm-hmm.
Be the example. Be an example to those around you. Be an example to your children.
Mm-hmm.
last week we talked about taking a stand for what you believe in and making those wise or better choices, and then showing that that's where we stand by our actions and deeds and words and thoughts. All of that comes from inside of us. All of that comes from who we are. And I think that's where happiness comes from, too.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that on that note of being an example, I think we look around to others as an example, too. And that's what I was thinking. Those who are truly happy do exactly what you said. They do what they do for themselves because it makes them feel happy and gives them a sense of belonging and all of those wonderful feelings that contribute to joy, peace, all of those things.
I'll give an example, and I've used this example before in other times. I can remember not so long ago, going into a grocery store, and the little old lady coming out of the grocery store. We were coming in and out through the same door. She had her arms full of groceries or bags or whatever sort of thing. Anyway, she was struggling a little bit like that, and so I held the door open for her. And she came through the door and she looked up at me and she said, "It's nice to see that there are still gentlemen in the world." Mm-hmm. I felt really great by that. I felt really good about that. It wasn't because I helped her through the door as much as, but she recognized that what I had helped her with was good for her, and she wanted to let me know that.
It was almost like a kindred spirit. Isn't it interesting how it truly is those experiences that stick with us and that actually create the greatest happinesses that we experience? Mm-hmm. That just brought to mind a grocery store experience I had where I was going out to the parking lot and there was an older woman coming in, and I smiled at her and said, "Good morning." Yeah. And she stopped and she turned around and she looked at me and she said, "Dear," she said, "nobody says those things anymore. Thank you. You just made my day.
That's right.
And I thought, wow, I guess it kind of stopped me and made me feel ashamed of myself, because I know I'm busy, and I know that there's also more people than I would care to admit that have said, I said hi to you and you just breezed right on past, or I waved to you and you didn't even see me, or...
But do we do those things in order for people to respond to us favorably, or do we do those things only because we feel good doing them for somebody else? So if they don't respond to you, if she didn't say that, if this woman didn't say that to me, it wouldn't have taken away from the joy I felt helping her, because
it's an affirmation and a reminder to me that you never know when the little act of kindness that you perform is going to make a huge difference in somebody's life. Maybe that's what they need. Maybe they need a smile. Maybe they need a kind word. Maybe they need somebody to verbally say something to them. Maybe they need somebody to hold the door open for them.
It doesn't cost anything.
It doesn't.
It's the only benefit is a positive benefit. I mean,
happiness then doesn't come from something outside of us. It doesn't come from others. It doesn't come from anything outside of us, from an experience, a thing, a toy. It comes from how we feel inside of us. Making happiness a choice, not that we deserve, but that we choose to experience and focus on, and everything else just kind of falls in place.
Every time we do something that supports our choice, our decision, our thoughts about how we want to live our lives, and we do that, and we don't have any other kind of concrete feeling or sense of you owe me now or whatever. It's just done simply and strictly because we're living up to our code of behavior and ethics and how we want to be seen and how we want to treat other people in the world. And every time we do that, I think we run the risk of being happy.
Yeah. We make sure that our moral compass is aligned. We choose happiness, and have a great week.
Thanks for stopping by.